Welcome to the Legalpreneur Podcast. I'm your host, Andrea Sager, founder and CEO of Legalpreneur Inc. As a serial entrepreneur and someone that works exclusively with small business owners legally protecting their business, I'm dedicated to covering common legal issues faced by business owners, providing you with the business knowledge you need to catapult your business's growth and showing you just how some of the world's most elite entrepreneurs have handled these legal and business issues themselves. In true attorney fashion, the information in this episode is not legal advice. This is for informational purposes only, and you should always consult with your attorney before implementing any of the information in the show. Hey, welcome back to the Legalpreneur Podcast. Today, we're talking about the power of publicity. And when I say the power of publicity, you guys, I mean power, like publicity is so incredibly powerful, and I'm going to take you through my publicity journey because it has helped me grow tremendously and not just grow over time, but grow really quickly. But before we get into it, we have the trademark course. It is open right now. Run, don't walk, because this teaches you literally everything you need to legally protect your business with trademarks. How to file your own trademarks, how to do a thorough, in-depth trademark search of your own. Now, you can do the Google search, the social media search. That's a great starting point, but it's not enough. And our search module in the trademark course is the most in-depth module throughout the entire course because it's the most important. And we cover literally everything you need to know about trademarks in this course. So I'm really excited about it because the trademark course, is always open. You can always sign up for it. However, right now we're having a special bonus offer until Sunday only of a free contract vault bundle and a free ticket to Legalpreneur Live. So go purchase right now before Sunday. The bonus value is incredible. And those aren't the only bonuses, but those are like the big bonuses that people are like, oh my God, like, yes, get me that. So thetrademarkcourse.com, sign up, get started, sign up today and file by tonight. Like, that's what I like to say with the trademark course. It can be really in depth depending on how many trademarks you have that need to be protected, but you can get through the modules. The first 3 modules are what you have to get through to file. And once you get through those, you can file tonight legitimately. And we teach you how to actually create new names in your business, how to create those unique names that can be protected with trademarks, because ultimately trademarks increase the value of your business. And we talk about that in the course as well, how to increase the value and how to really use that to your advantage in getting that passive income when it comes to trademarks. So get in the trademark course while we have the special bonus offer going on, free contract bundle, and we have a free digital ticket to Legalpreneur Live. So super exciting. Now, publicity. I love this topic because when I started my law firm, I pursued publicity very quickly because I knew the power that publicity had in growing a business. And in my previous businesses, I never really pursued publicity because I didn't really understand. I didn't think, I really was imposter syndrome. It's like, oh, I'm nobody. Like, who wants to hear from me? But once I really started to dig deeper into publicity and really understand, oh, this is what it can do, I was like, yeah, like, they want to hear from everybody. Everybody has a story to tell. And so that's why everybody, no matter where you are in business, no matter what stage, you have something that other people need to hear about. And that's why publicity can be so powerful, because no matter how long you've been in business, you have a message that needs to get out into the world. So I want to take you through my journey really quickly just to illustrate how much publicity can grow your business. And don't forget Selena Sue's publicity calendar. It's in the show notes. Go get that for free. She identifies all the dates throughout the year that you can pitch to the media and get earned media to grow your audience. Growing your audience, that's how you get more business. So go get the publicity calendar, use that to your advantage. It's completely free. Okay, so when I first heard of Selena Sue, I remember very, very vividly. It was like 2014, 2015. I was in law school. So it was early 2015. I was in law school. I was living with my ex-husband 2 hours away from where school was. And I remember I was listening to Farnoosh Torabi. She's the host of the So Money podcast. I used to listen to that religiously, and she had Selena Sue on the podcast. And I remember just hearing from Selena, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. I remember thinking, I want to be in a position to pursue publicity like this. Well, I felt at the time I was not in a position to pursue publicity. But once I started the law firm, I knew, oh my gosh, I remember Selena Sue. I remember everything she even taught just for free. And I did all the first publicity I got like in the first few months of my business was what I learned from Selena Sue for free. And that was by pitching podcasts, you guys. And I'm gonna like once I illustrate all these pieces, you're gonna be like, wow. It always gives me goosebumps thinking about it because literally like one thing links to another. So once I started the law firm, the first thing I really did was start pitching podcasts. And I mean, I pitched everybody. And surprisingly, I got on some pretty big podcasts, Dropping Bombs by Brad Lee, and then Chris Harder. So I never heard of Chris Harder. And y'all hear me talk about him all the time because now he's an investor in the company. He's my mentor. I'm in his mastermind. Like, very much in mesh now with Chris Harder. But when I pitched him to be on his podcast, I had no idea who he was. But I pitched him because I learned from Selena Sue, hey, just pitch, like craft your story and start pitching. So that's what I did. And I remember Chris emailed me back. He's like, yep, let's do it. And come to find out, he gets, tons and tons of pitches all the time to be on his podcast. He knew it was a topic that needed to be covered. And so it was divine timing. So once he said, "Yeah, let's do the podcast," I started looking him up. I'm like, "Okay, let me figure out who this guy is, figure out, what is his business, how can I tailor this to his audience?" And I remember looking him up and I was like, "Holy shit, like this guy's pretty big." So we do the interview and we just, we hit it off, like just jived right away. And then he was like, "Hey, how do I move our stuff to you? Like, we want to be your client." I was like, "Fuck yeah, like absolutely." So him and his wife Lori became our client. So that was like end of 2018, early 2019. I saw his mastermind, and I think around that time I actually applied to be in his mastermind because he at that time he did it on a rolling basis. So he would like take applications a certain times of the year. So I applied. I remember having my intro call with him, with Allie, like like a month old on my lap. And getting into the mastermind at the time, I think you had to make like 250 or 300 or more per year. And I remember that for like that month, I had brought in like $15,000, which was like actually, no, it was like 12. So January of 2019, I brought in $12,000. Then I joined the mastermind. He let me in. You guys, I'm not here to say because exclusively of Chris Harder, I made like so much more, but it was all these pieces, like because I pursued publicity because of Selena Sue, because I met Chris Harder because of Selena Sue, and then I got into his mastermind, and then I started making all these other connections. And really, what Selena Sue teaches is connections and creating those partnerships. Because when you have those partnerships, you get into other people's audiences, and then you get more publicity. And it's just like building one thing on another, one like building and building and building one thing on top of the next, on top of the next. So that in January of 2019, I brought in like $12,000. I will never forget December of 2019, I brought in $55,000, you guys. I remember just having this like, holy shit, what the hell just happened? And 2019 was such a huge year, just like growing and like making these huge, massive moves. It was I will never forget. Well, then, like, growing and still pitching media, still pitching podcasts, and then at the end of 2019, I had kinda worked with a PR firm, didn't really get much from them, but I did get the studio interview with Fox Houston, talked about trademarks and copyrights there. That was a really cool interview. But it's all the publicity building on itself because you use one interview and then it gets you the next interview and then the next interview and all these other podcast interviews and this other news media, and it just all builds upon each other. And so like I've been in Chris Harder's circle this whole time, and then I became an affiliate for Selena Sue and her Impacting Millions course. So you guys, when I first started getting these publicity opportunities, I hadn't even taken Selena Sue's course. I had just looked at all of her free stuff. And then eventually, of course, I think it was 2019 or 2020 that I took her Impacting Millions course. And then that's when I really kicked it up a notch with Publicity, because I knew, okay, there's a lot more that can be done here with Publicity. Let me take her course and learn a lot more. So that's what I did. And basically, I was able to get a lot more publicity after I took her course. And then I finally was so busy that I couldn't even do it myself. So then that's when I hired a firm. But before hiring the firm, like, I just learned and did it all myself. And that's what I always tell people, especially small business owners. Even when I teach the legal stuff, it's like, I don't think you need to work directly with an attorney from day one, but eventually, like, you'll get to that point. But, for now, do as much as you can by yourself if money is an issue, because I understand if money's an issue, you don't want to spend your last dime on an attorney. So same thing, you don't want to spend your last dime working with a PR firm if there's things you can do on your own. So you guys, the power of publicity can lead you to one thing, to the next, to the next. I started in 2018 pitching podcasts, making, less than $10,000 a month. I mean, I had no business in the beginning of 2018. 2019, I brought in $400,000. 2020, we made $1 million. So it's just crazy everything that it can lead to. And I attribute a lot of it to publicity and partnerships, which started with Selena Sue and her free resources. So go get that publicity calendar. Like, just start. Like, that's all it takes, is just start. And she is going to be opening enrollment for her Impacting Millions course in, I think, like a month or so. I am an affiliate for it, so be looking out, because I'll have like bonuses if you sign up under my affiliate link. Even if you're like, I really can't do another course right now, like, do her free stuff. Like, that's what got me started. And now it's led me to the Legalpreneur Inc., which is this VC-backed startup. And we're going to the moon, you guys. Like, it's crazy to think about the entire journey and how it's led to one thing after the next. So my advice, you guys, just get started. Like, stop thinking about it. Just do it. Like, somebody, even pitching anything. I was talking to a startup founder. She was like, I don't know how to, like, get started pitching and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, just start. Like, my first pitch that I ever sent out is so different than the pitch I will send out to people today. But because I got started, I immediately got feedback, and then I changed it and I fixed it and I changed it and I fixed it. And you can't grow if you don't start. Like, that's what it comes down to. Just get fucking started. Okay, like, I'm about to go off on a tangent, so I'm going to be done for now. Get started, you guys. Let me know if you have any questions. Like, I get so pumped up and empowered about this publicity stuff, because it can grow your business and it can do phenomenal things. So get started, download the publicity calendar, and I'll see you next week. Here at Legalpreneur, we're committed to providing a supportive legal community for all business owners. I know how scary the legal stuff can be. If you found this information helpful, I would be so grateful if you could share it with a fellow business owner. And quite frankly, it doesn't cost anything to rate, review, or subscribe to the show. Your support helps me reach more listeners, which allows me to support more business owners in their entrepreneurial journey. Have any questions or comments about the show? Feel free to drop me a line on Instagram. I promise I read all of the messages and comments. And if you want to be a guest on the show or know someone that would make a great guest, simply fill out our application form and a team member will reach out if we think it's a good fit. I'll see you in the next episode.